to the Stone Roadie Show with the world's most famous roadie named Craig Reed. He's the legend and has some great weed. He's our number one source for our ski information, which is what we all need from the band that we love. He has a trusty sidekick, Griff, the one we know as a rocket scientist. You may see Griff on the road getting it done, which always makes the show so much more fun. Two great men doing great things for the crash survivors. Send a little money when you can if you want to lend a helping hand.
The Stoned Roadie Show, podcast 346. Take one, roll one, burn one down, and roll 'em up if you're lucky enough to got 'em. Alrighty then, fellow Stoned Roadie Dimension. Hey, looky here, looky here. Hey, my name's Craig Reed, a.k.a. the Stone Roadie, and this is my co-host, co-pilot, and the rocket scientist, Griff Martin. So, hey there, Griff. It's a Monday, and it's January the 12th. And, yeah, it's another wake and bake the morning buzz here. And what the heck are we going to talk about this lovely morning here?
Well, it's actually Sunday evening right now, and we usually do the podcast on Friday or Saturday, but Craig had some kind of a funeral on Saturday, and then his internet, for the first time, Craig had an internet issue, and we could not do the podcast because of Craig's internet, you son of a bitch.
Yeah, I had to switch over to wireless, man. I called Spectrum and goes, "What's up, man?" He goes, "All your shit's working, man. It's on your end." He goes, "So it's change it from cable to wireless." So I got in there and changed it but yeah.
We're so used to it being me that we thought it was me for so long that we couldn't imagine it was Craig's.
I said, "It's you. It ain't me." Well, it ain't me, but heck, It worked. And then all of a sudden, it was showing symptoms that it was me. So,
well, at first I couldn't hear Craig, and then Craig, he couldn't accept that, and he was like, "You can hear me," and I said, "I'm telling you, man, I cannot hear you." So he downloaded what we did there, and then he said it's fine on my end, which I didn't know if Craig really could hear it or not. You know,
it was fine.
It's like that time there was a ringing noise, and Craig couldn't find the ringing noise, and so for 3 podcasts we had a ringing in the background, and everybody was getting pissed. And then finally, Automotive found it. Remember that, Craig?
I don't remember what the issue was, though.
Yeah, well, if it ever happens again, you have to call Otto because he's the one that figured it out. He's sitting there and he goes, "What's that freaking ringing?" And then the next thing, it's not ringing. And I go, "What happened?" And he goes, "Oh, yeah, it's just this thing over here. You had to unplug it." You know, Craig was in denial for about a month over that.
I couldn't hear it. My ears won't hear those frequencies, those high pitched frequencies. My ears won't hear them. Anybody that's got one of those watches that go.
The subscribers could hear that shit though. They were like freaking complaining in the comments, going, "Man, Craig, get your damn shit fixed, man."
I had one of them watches with an alarm on it. It would go beep, 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 and it would go off, and people were going, "Whose damn watch is ringing?" I'd have to stick it all the way up to, I said, "Oh, it's mine."
That's like, you know what I did yesterday, Craig? I went to the grocery store, and I put my cell phone in my pocket, and somehow I hit YouTube or something, and it was playing like this real loud video. And I'm looking around, I'm going, "Who's that rude son of a bitch that's got a loud video playing on their phone in the damn grocery store," right? And so for about 5 minutes, I thought it was some jerk doing it, and the jerk was me. Yeah, I finally figured out that's my phone, and everybody's like staring at me like, why, why are you listening to that crap? It was just some disgusting song or something. It sounded terrible, like a rap thing or something. That's why I didn't think it was me because it was like a rap song. But
Oh, hey, I was going to start off with this background here because these guys made a donation.
oh
Yeah.
yeah, it's a little blurry now.
Well, it's out of focus. Or I mean, it's out of, I don't know, whatever you call it when you.
And who are those guys, Craig?
Well, this is the Cole Younger band from South Florida, Fort Lauderdale. But let me suspend this for a minute. There they are there, but here, well, let me lift myself back up. John and Filomeno Moro last week they did a podcast, and I mentioned that they donated $25, but I left my sheet laying over there, so this is your sheet, and I told them I wanted to show their name here on the thing. There's your John and Filomeno. There's your $25 donation to the survivors, and then Lynn Crombie. Oh gosh, oh, come on, man. God, there you go. Lynn Crombie donated $30. And we appreciate that. Lynn's always a big supporter of
and he's sorry he called you Crumby.
Cumbie. And Tom Goofin.
Oh, damn.
Goofin. $500 from
really?
From the Cole Younger band. Yeah.
Well, that's our new favorite band now. The Cole Younger band.
$500. Yeah.
Yeah, you're our new favorite band. I haven't heard their music, but I'm sure it sounds great, man.
And that's them. That's a picture of them a long time ago, I guess, or something like that. But that's them. He wanted me to.
Well, I'll have to pass that on to Gene Odom and those guys that I talk to pretty readily. And Mark Frank watches the podcast, and so the Cole Younger band, check them out. And anybody that pops 500 toward the survivors, that's a big deal, man. So we appreciate that. That's an awesome donation, really.
Yeah, that sure is, man. We appreciate really do appreciate that for sure. And
we're starting the new year off pretty good, I'd have to say,
yeah. And like we said before, I donated $500 out of my account too much into the survivors, but I'm not going to take that out of this money. I'll pull that money out of the YouTube. When YouTube pays us $50 a month, I'll take that.
Yeah, there you go.
Take that out of that. It'll take me till October to get paid back, but that's all right.
Well, when you do stupid stuff, you pay stupid prices.
I ain't in no hurry. But yeah, so then I think I mentioned that Chris Topper Gray, he found that album that
70, 72, 74, 73, 74.
73, 76, yeah, live thing. And
you still have it laying on your desk there?
Oh, I don't. I put it back up. I don't want it to get messed up. But somebody was talking about yesterday at the funeral. Some guy, he was talking about a double live album, and I asked him if that was it. He's gonna stop by and bring it over. I don't know what he's talking about, a double live album. So he's gonna He's got a couple of them. He's going to bring one over.
Well,
So,
that's not the same one though.
I don't know of another one.
But that's not called a double live album, is it?
I don't know, huh? It's not. It's called oh God, I don't know what it's called now. I can't think. But I was talking about the world's most famous roadies, Elwood from ZZ Top. When I was working with Elwood with ZZ Top, he was crazy, man. He was their guitar roadie, and he always had that purple and orange hair, and he was we would when we first got together as a tribute band, they had those Razor scooters, and they all were flying around on those Razors, so I had to go get me one. So then the couple of guys on the band went out and got one too, or the crew. So we used to race. We'd play those big coliseums, and then after the show, all the crew guys from ZZ Top and Skynyrd, well, a couple of us from Skynyrd, we'd race. We'd go race down the corridors, coming down the ramps, coming down. They would come down like this out of the top. We'd get up at the top and we'd race down those things and get to where the curve was, and there'd be a big and Elwood, man, he was always getting down there, and he was always throwing stuff in front of us and stuff. He was crazy. He was funny, but he's their new damn bass player.
Oh, that guy?
That's the guy. Yeah. Yeah, I saw a thing, Billy Gibbons going, who's that dude over there with the beard longer than mine? And they said, that's Elwood, your guitar. He goes, no, I'm talking about the guy over there with the long big hair. I said, that's Elwood. They took a couple years off, and he said, that can't be Elwood. Elwood don't have a whisker on his face. Well, during that 2-year period, he grew this beard and grew his hair back out, and I guess Dusty said, what if something happens to me, put Elwood in there. So they did. Yeah, that's who that new bass player is. That's Elwood, their old guitar.
You have to get him on the podcast because he would probably do that, man.
But I was thinking, man, when I was thinking about the world's most famous roadie, I goes, man, Elwood, he was really cool, But that would kind of almost make him the world's most famous roadie, but now he's a band guy. So
no, because he wasn't in a plane crash. You have to be in a plane crash. You can't. You can't pass that up.
But yeah, Elwood, he's pretty cool though.
Yeah, you have to have survived a plane crash. And if he did that, he would be.
He was crazy.
He's still got time. He still has time.
That guy's a character, man. That guy's a character.
Well, if you know him pretty good, get in touch with him. I'm sure everybody'd love to have. But I read the story on that guy. I didn't know that was a guy that you knew. I just read a whole thing about that.
Yeah, he was a guitar roadie, and I used to talk to him, when he was
he fits the part. He looks, just like a ZZ Top guy, man. He looks. They got lucky with that. They got lucky.
But we were talking about this before we started, man. Anybody that uses damn Uber, watch your credit card statement. I had my friend Ronnie's son come over here. This is the second time I've had to get a new credit card. I had 13 charges from San Francisco for Uber and Uber Eats from San Francisco. And it was after I'd canceled my credit card from before, when it got confiscated, when my buddy's friend come over here, or my buddy's son come over here, and then right away I started getting these Uber bills. And, so I had to cancel my credit card. And here now, 3-4 months later, I got 13 charges from San Francisco. but my bank took care of it, but also Javier Medina, he says that me and Kathy did a Saturday night special, and we were talking about we needed some jackets that were triple extra large, and he's Javier said, I haven't even looked at these shirts. Javier sent me these shirts, and he's going to make some jackets. And this is a prototype of one of the Stone Roadie.
Yeah. That is that a triple X?
Well, he said this is a prototype, I guess. But these
you look like in that picture. You look like a damned old KKK freaking.
But this is a triple X. We'll sell this shirt too. This is a prototype turd. So this is a one of a kind. If you get this Stone Roadie shirt, there you'll have the only one in the world like this. But he wants to make jackets with this.
You know what that reminds me of, that picture? I don't know if I'd choose that picture, Javier, because that looks like freaking Craig on Golden Pond. It does, man. You look like Henry Fonda on Golden Pond in that picture.
Well, it's a one of a kind, so
yeah.
There you go.
Javier, man, don't use that picture for the jacket, man. That's not.
And then here's prototype.
There you go. There's the picture right
number
there.
2.
That's the picture right there.
So
Craig on heroin.
So there you go.
Yeah.
That's a prototype. So both of these, we'll auction both of these off. And they're triple X's. And if anybody wants a jacket, a triple X jacket with these on there, let us know, and Javier will make you one. But he said I said, I don't know if we want any triple X's, Javier. So he said he'd make some large and some extra large.
Yeah, and ask whether you want, whenever you ask, just say either it's the Craig on heroin picture or the Craig on Golden Pond.
Yeah, on Golden. So those are those. So Javier wanted me to show those. Javier's been good. He's made a bunch of those.
Oh, yeah. Javier has been. Remember, there was a guy a couple podcasts ago. He says, I want to put a bid on that jacket. And we said, what jacket?
Yeah, really.
They're all gone. What else you got going there, Craig? You got a lot of stuff going on, man.
Oh, let me see here. If I got anything else. The prison art. We're still at $120. And let me show this.
Craig, who's the guy that's his friend?
George Zollenbeck.
George, man. Any way you can get, would it be a bad thing if we knew the guy's name and what the crime was? Because I mean, if it was like burglary or something, that'd be pretty cool.
George Zellenbach.
If it's like indecent exposure or something, but
it's 16 by 16 here, and it's the artwork from the sticker that we were offering, and So it's $120. So it's somebody needs to step up and.
If we could find out a little bit more about the prisoner too, Craig.
Yeah.
Is there any way, if you're watching, what was his name again, Craig? The guy?
George Zellenbach.
George Zellenbach.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Hey, find out who the guy was and give us an idea. I mean, you don't have to say his name or anything. Just say what he did. And then maybe that'll jack it up. Because I'm almost ready to bid 130 on it, but I need to know a little bit more about it.
And so anyway, so let me show this sticker here because I got something to comment about this sticker too. Let me see here. Oh, where is it? Oh, I'll have to find it. I don't know. But anyways,
Well, it's the same sticker.
There it is. Here's the sticker. This sticker, somebody was asking that because we've been talking about this sticker, and somebody wanted my address. They wanted to know how they can get one of these stickers because we were letting these stickers go for $25, and then just for ha-has, I put one up on, or a couple of them. Matter of fact, I got one running this week. This same sticker on eBay. The last one I sold was for $100. And I'm going, why should I give these away on the Stone Roadie show for 100 or for 25?
Especially with a Craig Reed signature on it.
And I could sell them on eBay for 100. That's 4 times as much because I'm everybody that I'm supposed to send those prizes out is getting one of them stickers. So that's $100 sticker right there.
Yeah, and that's new old stock too. That's not a new sticker. That's a 70s sticker, right, Craig?
That's a 70. No, it's an 80.
80?
It's an 87 sticker. When
87.
When Bill Graham managed Skynyrd in '87, when the tribute tour started, Bill Graham was the manager, and Clayton was the road manager. And Randy Tootin had these stickers, and Clayton had a box full of these stickers, and he thought they were weatherproof, but they're not weatherproof. So he just put them in his closet and just sat on them. And then he asked me if I thought maybe we could he'd donate them to the Stone Roadie show and for the survivors, So that's what we did. And we made like $800. We sold like $800 worth of these stickers for $25 a piece. But
so now what do you want? What do you want to do with it now? You're trying to say?
Well, I'm gonna run it again on eBay and see how much it sells for on eBay, so I can get a it's like a house, see what the listings have gone for before, and then you can kind of go by that as to how much they should sell for.
You got to get some comps on it.
Yeah, so we're gonna see what they're worth, because they're worth more than $25, especially when people are paying $100 for them. So there you go on that.
Another thing too is we need to get old Mitch Scooby on here because pretty soon he's going to have a big announcement about something. We need to start talking to him and get him.
Well, I talked to him the other day. That's coming up real soon. That's a whopper. That's a big one.
You're gonna wanna follow Mitch Scooby because there's some serious shit getting ready to. And
it's gonna be a good cash flow for the survivors. Yeah.
Maybe. I wouldn't count on it. I mean, as far as somebody else involved with it, but just on Mitch's end, maybe. But But anyway, we're kind of talking double talk because we don't want to let the cat out.
Yeah, we don't want to ruin.
But it's getting closer, and it's crazy. It's some crazy shit, is what it is. A hell of a
it's wild. It's wild. This has been brewing for like a year, and finally it's come to a head, and it's all rocking and rolling, and hopefully it'll be something good for the.
And there's only a handful of people that know about it, on just
there's hardly anybody.
They're not even probably 5 people that know about it.
Me and you and Chad.
Yeah, and I think Kent Griffith knows about it too because he sent me some kind of a thing, and then congratulations, and I figured that's what it was, but. So I think he knows about it. But there's a few people, and Mitch is already, but we won't talk about it anymore because we don't want to piss anybody off because we're talking about something that we can't even tell them what it is. So that's pretty sad. But it'll hop you up though. But we'll get Mitch on here and he'll tell the whole story. That's what we need to do. Get him on.
Yeah.
And Mitch is a guy who we've had on several times, and he was a bus driver for oh God, I mean, he was a bus driver for Dolly Parton, for Hank Williams Jr., for Skynyrd, for who else was he a bus driver for?
Oh God, I don't know. He's got a private plane. He's got a Beechcraft Baron, and he was going to come up here and pick me up and take me down to the monument, but he didn't want to stay down there the whole time. So then
but you had a little touch of diarrhea is what reason you couldn't do that. Remember that, Craig? You didn't want to be in the plane with that little touch of diarrhea.
Oh, I don't remember what the heck. A lot of it had to do with my dogs. I didn't have a
but yeah, we can talk about it now, because back then Craig said I don't want to talk about the diarrhea part, but now that it's past, Craig had a little.
I think I did have a stomach issue or something. I don't know.
But he was hell bent on not going anywhere during that whole thing. Yeah, he didn't want anything to do with going to that monument, which turned out to be like one of the best monument trips I ever had.
Oh, yeah, you get some good footage on there. Yeah, you sure did.
Yeah, it was a lot of cool people there, and got to auction or raffle off a few things and made some money for the survivors, and then met a lot of people that I knew but had never met. And so, yeah, it was really cool. And you got anything else, Craig? Because
no, I don't actually. No.
Okay, well, I got this picture here, and KG Kent Griffith donated this some time back, and I took it out to the monument. It had Bobby Sanders signed it. Now, this is supposed to be the last. It's a photo of the last autograph that is known to have been signed by Ronnie Van Zant, and Bobby Sanders got it. Now, Bobby Sanders, he was big friends with Lynyrd Skynyrd. Lynyrd Skynyrd, the band's namesake, stayed at Bobby's house for like 10 years in an RV, and but then Gene signed it. Up there in the right-hand corner, it says, Ronnie's last autograph, Gene Odom.
Y'all enjoy the show. Bobby Sanders is coming up here. And I don't know if you know this or not, but Bobby was at the autograph signing we did 3 days before the crash in Altamont, Orlando. And Ronnie was signing autographs. I'm 99% sure Bobby got Ronnie Van Zant's last autograph. And he plays some old country music, old Hank Old Lefty, and old Lynyrd Skynyrd, and you're gonna like my buddy Bobby Sanders.
Let's try it.
Yeah.
All right.
I wanted to ask.
I went down to the river to watch the fish swim by.
And then Bobby Sanders signed it. You know, Bobby Sanders plays a really mean flat top. He played the flat top out there at the monument, and you guys could go look on the Griff Martin files, and you could see, or back when I visited the monument, you could see Bobby Sanders playing on the podcast when I was there. So, but if anybody's interested in this would be a nice little collection for your Skynyrd room. The last known autograph pictured by the guy getting it, Bobby Sanders, who signed it. So this is a unique thing, and I've been holding on to it for a while here because I wanted to get Bobby to sign it, and I hadn't had a chance to do that until he came out to the monument. So yeah, just contact me at edwg59@gmail.com with your request for that. Just make me an offer on it, man. Don't be ridiculous, but something, don't be I mean, we're not looking to, get in your pocket real deep on that, but, just throw something out there and that all go, oh, yeah, okay, that's cool. That'll work. And now here's another thing that I got. This came from the guy who donated this brick right here from the Riverside studio. Now I'm going to slice this up and pieces. I've already decided I think we should share the wealth, so there should be little slivers of this available, and I'm going to work on doing that because some people might want that in their collection. But this book came in there with it, and we try to milk every penny we can out of for stuff for the survivors. So Gene Odom signed this, put a date on it, and he said Gene did say it was a pretty good book, and he knows the author, Marley Brandt. Freebirds, the Lynyrd Skynyrd story. Now you might be able to get this on Amazon or whatever. Look it up. Tell me what you want to give me for it. edwg59@gmail.com. You ever read that book, Craig?
No, I have not.
Yeah, so it's the photo of Bobby Sanders with Ronnie. Great picture, man. That's like a great
that's
black
cool
and
picture.
white. That is a glossy, great picture.
It sure is, yeah.
And old Bobby Sanders is a great guy. If you've ever met him, he's like the nicest guy you ever met, and is very talented flat top player. Plays a lot of the old stuff. And then this book right here, Gene Odom signed in the inside of it, and can't go wrong when Gene Odom signed it. So those two items there, and so you got some shirts, you got the prison art, and you got that book and that picture. That'll start off the new year with some auctions. Anybody interested, if you got any money left after Christmas?
Yeah, I didn't mention it, but I said I would every time we got a donation. We got $555 in there, so that's $111 for everybody. Everybody so far is getting $111 already this year, so we're doing clicking right along here.
Yeah. So what else we got? Go ahead, Craig.
And then TP. Oh, the lady up at the post office going, who's this TP that keeps sending me these boxes? And God, TP, you're making me feel bad. I love you, but man, you're making me feel bad. She spent $22.20 just to ship this box to me, and it's got this Jack Daniel's coffee in it.
Is that the same Jack Daniel's coffee she sends you?
Yeah, but she was sending me bags before.
Now she got you a can of it.
A container, yeah. And then she sent me some of this caramel pecan apple butter, and she sent me one of these, and I was talking about how good it was. And I'm gonna take a bite of it right here. I got
You sure it's not like a gummy thing?
I got my demi toss taster spoon here. A demi toss spoon. That's a spoon that's 4 to 4.5 inches long. It's for tasting. And this stuff almost tastes as good as Skinny feels.
Yeah. Huh? And what is it again? What's the stuff?
It's caramel pecan apple butter. And that little jar there was $9.45. And then she sent me this jar. And this itty bitty jar here was $5.65. It's like caviar, right? but it's pumpkin butter. Julian cider wheel pumpkin butter. And this stuff really is as good as, almost as good. Oh yeah, that's good. That's almost as good as Skinny feels. Yeah. And then I don't know what this is. It's Stay Groovy, but I guess it's espresso cup. I guess it's got a little thing here, but I got my little Demitasse spoon here. That's also espresso spoon. Yeah. These little.
I never heard of a tasting spoon. It looks
Yeah,
like a baby.
demi-glace.
Looks like a baby spoon to me. I mean,
Yeah, that's a special spoon. It's for taste for two cooks that are for tasting because it's small, and then it's also an espresso spoon. It's a 4 or 4.5 inch spoon. I got a whole bunch of these.
some of those big old fat liberal women need that spoon just as a daily requirement,
I used to use these for a Coke spoon.
just to cut back. Just think if you think, Craig, if you had a smaller spoon, you would lose weight. Or would they just be eating faster?
But TP, I really appreciate it, but you gotta stop. You're making me feel bad. I gotta send you some stuff to make up for all this stuff, But I really appreciate this. Some good stuff. You got good taste, anyways.
Well, she enjoys doing that for you, Craig. I'm sure.
Oh, I told the lady at the post office. I goes, yeah, she's a singer in a Journey tribute band, out in San Francisco.
You said at the funeral there were some people that recognize you from the podcast, huh?
Oh yeah, they were. I'd go back, and they were going. I'd hear from across the room. I'd go here. Hey, looky here, looky here. I'd turn around and they. I've been watching your podcast. Yeah, it's funny. Yeah, my friend Jackie. Yeah, I was dating her when I ran into Skynyrd, and yeah, she moved out to California. Was trying to be an actress, and I hooked up with her out there too, and took her and her sister Jill to a Skynyrd show. I saw her sister Jill yesterday too at the funeral. But yeah, it was pretty bad, pretty sad. Yeah,
what's the name of that big gas station thing now? They have, it's like got 200 pumps. I forget the name of it.
Oh God, yeah, it's
something
right on the tip of my tongue. I can't think of it.
Yeah, I can't remember the name of it either. But everybody's going to put it in the comments because I don't know why I can't. I can't think of it. I know it, but I can't think of it. I just wanted to go in, check it out. The first time I checked it out, then I went in there, and I checked it out. And then I wanted to see about 2 years later what it had changed into. And so I go in there, and there's this freaking dude staring at me, man. And I'm like, I'm trying to be cool.
Buc-ee's.
Yeah, Buc-ee's.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to be cool about it, right? And finally I go, dude, man, what the fuck are you staring at, man? He goes, you're Griff Martin on the Stone Roadie show. And I was like, oh, shit.
They're supposed to have the cleanest
That was the
restrooms.
only time anybody's ever really recognized me anywhere, and it was at the Buc-ee's in South Carolina, I think it was, or Georgia. But
They're supposed to have the cleanest restrooms in the world. That's what everybody says.
I don't know, man. They're huge, though. Those are huge restrooms in there. Yeah, they're huge.
They got everything in the world in there, I guess. Yeah, I don't know if I've been in one. I don't know.
Yeah, there's a lot of people going through there, and then that guy was staring at me, and I actually had this hat on too, so that's probably why he recognized me, because I always got this hat on. But Yeah, that was at Bucky's. I can't believe I couldn't remember the name of that Bucky's. Everybody was going Bucky's, you stupid son of a bitches. And then Craig finally figured it out. So,
Bucky's, yeah, that's what it is.
well, I got some comments here and some questions, and not many. I got wrote down about 15 or 14 of them, and then we can just read these real quick and just be lucky that that we were able to get on today because Craig's internet, he fixed it just by turning the Wi-Fi on, but he's got to get the cable people out there. So
I don't
Craig's
know what I gotta do.
yeah, this seemed to be working good. Seemed to be working.
I'm wireless.
Yeah.
I was running on a cable, but I'm running wireless. So
Yeah.
we'll see. I was running on
Okay.
a cable because I think when I play my games, I think they run better on a cable, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, I believe that it is always better to be plugged in, but you're doing good. A lot of people, some people commenting on the fishing trip, and then Gene getting skunked. There's a lot of experts out there, when you don't catch a fish. Now I wasn't fishing, Craig. I didn't fish. I didn't fish one cast. I didn't even take my rods or nothing. All I did was keep having to help Gene get his bird nest out. That was basically what I did and operate the boat. Gene had a constant bird nest. That's why he was complaining he didn't catch a fish because he had a bird nest an entire time. And but John Nottingham, he did a good job and he landed that. We don't know how much it weighed. I'm thinking, that fish looks small up to John. John's a big boy. But you look at it compared to Gene, that was almost that was close to a 4-pound fish. And I just went fishing today because a buddy of mine showed me these pictures of his friend holding all these big bass and told me where he caught them. So I went over there. Lake Ariana was the name of it. And so I went over there, and that's in Auburndale, and I didn't get I got skunked big time. I didn't even get a bite, but it was kind of late when I put the boat in, so wasn't nothing happening. I think that when you're fishing this time of year, the bass are hard to catch, and that's what this Coreyman says. It's because you're bass fishing in January. You need to be fishing for speck. Well, I don't fish to eat fish, man. As a matter of fact, they say that in these lakes in Central Florida, just about anywhere in Florida, that it's equal to smoking a carton of cigarettes and to eat one meal of fish out of these lakes. That's
Wow.
the lakes are so nasty. Now, I don't agree totally with that because there's a lake in the chain of lakes here called Lake Winterset, and that lake is crystal clear. It looks like it's spring fed, and it looks like the Florida Keys. Now, if I caught a bass out of there, I would eat it out of there, but I don't eat fried food because I don't believe in eating fried food. I think fried food is there. I don't think anybody realizes how bad fried food is for you, and God
If it's
didn't.
burnt meat, that's
burnt. It's burnt. When
yeah,
you
if it's
fry
black, if
something,
it's
you're
burnt
burning it.
black. Yeah, that
Yeah.
crusty burnt black. If you burn something black, yeah, that's got carcinogen.
Not even black. If it's toasty, crispy, that's carcinogen shit, man. That's basically, and there's a reason people in the South die of heart attacks more than the people in the North because there's a bunch of fried food now. I eat butter, I eat steak, I eat sour cream, I eat all kinds of stuff, but I just don't eat oils and fried stuff. And I have had speck. And I grew up in Florida, and I know all about speck fishing, and I know all about bass fishing, when to go, when not to go. It's just, bass are hard to catch in certain months, easy to catch. It's just getting harder around here because these lakes they're polluted so bad that the fish aren't thriving in these lakes like they used to. And then the people that are fishing, I think for the most part are throwing them back. So I don't think that it's a overfishing issue. I think it's basically the pollution. And, there's chem spray in the skies and all this aluminum and stuff. Who knows what's going on? But I have noticed since I've been fishing since I was just a little kid that the fishing has gotten a lot harder, man. It's not easy to catch a bass anymore. But I got my 12-pounder on the wall there at Coreyman, so I'm not that half bad of a fisherman. I just I'll go out there and I don't stay all day. If I stayed all day, I would catch maybe one or two bass. But if they're not biting, I leave. I ain't going to hang around there and just comb through every freaking weed there is for a bass. If they're not biting, I leave. I'm not one of these kind of go out there till 1 o'clock just casting just because I want to feel one bite. Yeah. So anyway, that's the story on that there, Coreyman.
They were talking about they were spraying the water was in Florida with some kind of
it's a vegetation
killer.
Yeah, it's
Weed
vegetation
killer
that's Roundup is all it is Roundup, man. And and it's pissing off the John Nottingham pays $400 every time he comes to Kissimmee to get a guide to take him. But when you go with Griff Martin Expeditions in bad company too, you catch bulk. We bulk fish. We don't catch these little tiny fish. But anyway, Gene's so upset that he got skunked. He keeps wanting to come back over and catch a fish so he can brag about it and say, yeah.
Well, rarely does Gene go out and not catch a fish.
Well, yeah, but everybody gets skunked, man. I know the guys. There's this one guy, I watch him on YouTube, and he goes out in this kayak. This guy is like, he could sit there and throw a artificial bait in a mason jar opening 30 feet away and hit it in there every time. He could sling that bait in that mason jar every single cast. And he slings these baits up under the dock, these slinko worms, and he just like uses everything under the sun, man, and he don't give up until he gets one. But he can in that little kayak, he can get way up in there in those lilies and all kinds of stuff. These bass around here, they're out deep because it's just that time of year. They're out deep, and you got to have a fish finder when you're finding them on a ledge and you're finding them in the weeds and stuff like that off shorelines. You got to have a fish finder, and I just haven't spent that kind of time on that kind of crap. I'm just a weekend warrior, and when they start bedding once a year, that's when I go fishing. It's fishing season for me, not all year round. I just like to do it when it's cooler because it's more comfortable out, and it's been cool lately, so that's why I've been fishing regardless of if I hadn't caught anything.
Fishing. I bet I was fishing with Ronnie a half a dozen times. I don't remember ever catching anything that wasn't just bait.
Oh, yeah? Did you ever see, were you with Ronnie when he caught something?
Huh?
Did he catch something, Ronnie?
I don't remember either one of us catching anything when we fished.
Well, you got video of Judy reeling one in.
Yeah, that was just a little one, I think. I don't think none of us ever caught anything, really. Did I remember?
Yeah, that's why Ronnie was so excited when he got that damn big old trophy bass on there,
Oh, yeah.
And that big black worm, yeah.
That one John Nottingham caught, though, that's a respectable sized fish.
Yeah, that was close to 4 pounds. It was.
That size fish will put up a pretty good fight.
Yeah, it was. I didn't get a chance to video because all I heard him say, "I got a fish," and I turned around and I looked, and the fish was stuck in the lilies out there. and he was afraid to pull on it because he would lose it. And then so I just turned the trolling motor that way, and I just turned it on high speed and coasted up into the weeds, and then Gene was able to get it out of the weeds. I was thankful that it didn't come off because I wanted a good news story, for the podcast. That somebody caught a bass on the boat. I didn't realize it was going to eat Gene alive. It's actually eating him alive, man. He can't stand it. Yeah.
He don't get caught on film very much fishing, and he used to get rejected on film,
Yeah. Yeah, it made him look bad, which he shouldn't feel bad because everybody gets skunked. I mean, I could go out there and catch speck. Like I could go out there tonight with some minnows and put a light out and sit there and catch speck. But back when I ate speck, I would do that. But I remember I took like 200 speck and filleted them all out and took them to work. This was over a period of time, and took them to work. And those big bellied bastards out there at that space center just couldn't get enough of that speck, man. And they were like, hey, when we doing this again? Well, yeah, I bet we're going to do that again. You just sat there and ate all that good speck. But they call them crappie up there where you're at, Craig.
Yeah, crappie. Yeah, that's what all my buddies. They're good eating that crappie.
Yeah, they get big, man.
That's what I normally eat on my birthday. My buddy Sammy catches that crappie. And we have a fish fry.
They get big though, up north, and they'll call them a slab. When they get a big old crappie, they call that a slab. But enough on the fishing. Unless anybody wants to go with Gene for a nice donation, Gene will go. And you got bass season with the bedding. The spawn is right around the corner, and I would say the pre-spawn will be happening probably next week. And I would say the next time we get a moon of any kind, Robert Wheatley says that's the best time to go fishing is when you got a moon. So coming on a moon or off a moon. Yeah, so you guys, if anybody wants to, go fishing with Gene, I can hook you up. And he's not too many opportunities for that to happen with Gene, who's got cataract in that one eye, that he only got one eye, and he can't move around too well. And you saw him on the boat, he's getting to the point where, it's not going to be much longer. He ain't going to be able to go out in a boat. It could be a year, it could be 2 years, it could be 6 months. Who knows, man? Hopefully it'll be 5 years before anything like that happens. But yeah, he's got neck issues, back issues. But yeah, get in touch with me, edwg59@gmail.com, and let me know if you want to make a donation. I'll take you out on Bad Company 2 with Gene. We'll hook it up. Jerome Murphy got a question for you, Craig. Did Ronnie usually sit up front of the plane, or was he usually in the back of the plane playing cards? And do you think because do you think if he would have been in the back of the plane, he would have survived?
Yeah. I think he would have survived back there. Yeah.
Yeah. Why did he usually sit up front or in the back?
It's 50-50. He played cards a lot.
Did he? Yeah.
Yeah, he played cards a lot, and so did Gary. Me and Gary and Ronnie and Gene usually played cards.
Was it you and Gary and Ronnie and Gene usually playing the cards?
Yeah, well, Mark Howard played and Ron Eckerman, but you could get 6 people in a card game. There was, but
so it was just those people that you named, and it could have been those people at any time.
Yeah, well, in the card game that night, it was me and Mark Howard and Steve Lawler and Ron Eckerman. It was just us 4 playing that night.
But Ronnie did play a lot of cards, though.
Yeah, but he was up front resting. Like.
Well, there's a lot of people saying that JoJo was ringing the phones off the hotel looking for Alan, and that kept him awake all night, and then he had to have a sleeping pill. And do you believe any of that?
Alan wasn't in Ronnie's room. He wouldn't have. That wouldn't have.
No, she was calling. She knew all of the names that they had, like you guys had, and she was ringing everybody's room with a name that she knew. And
I don't know. That was a night off after the show. After the show, we had the next day off, so we pissed off the limo drivers. That's why we didn't have a limo the next day or any rides, because on the way back to the hotel, we pissed off the limo driver, and they didn't even show up the next day, and we all stayed up because all we had to do was get up and get on the plane and travel. So we all partied pretty hard.
Is that why Ronnie was so tired from partying?
Yeah, we partied. Yeah, after the show.
Okay.
In Greenville. Yeah, we were partying there, and then we went to the hotel, and then we partied all night, and then.
What were you drinking, or what else?
Yeah, I don't remember what all we were doing. God,
what was Ronnie up? What was he doing? Do you remember what Ronnie was doing?
I don't remember if I was partying with Ronnie. I don't remember anything. I just remember I didn't feel very good that next morning. We had to get up, and we didn't have any cars, and we had to call around and get vans to haul all the luggage and taxis. And
do you remember who you rode the plane with? Was Ronnie in the car with you?
I was by myself. I was like the last one to get on the plane. Maybe, I don't know if we were, I don't remember sitting there on the tarmac waiting for Artimus. There's a rumor that said we sat there and waited for Artimus with the engines running. I don't remember that. I remember coming up the stairs, and the card table was right there to the right, and Mark Howard moved over to the window seat so I could sit down, and that's kind of like all I remember. And then I just remember playing cards. That's all I remember.
He probably saved your life right there.
Well, we were sitting side. That's what's weird. We were sitting side by side. He was right beside me, but when they found us, we weren't together. You know
what? So
what's his name? Dug Mark out with that hatchet and found Mark, and I wasn't there. I guess I had fallen through the floor or something. I don't know where I was. He said he looked down and seen somebody under the floor or something. I think maybe that's where I was. I don't know. I was unconscious.
So Ronnie, when you got on the plane, did you notice him up front?
No. Like I said, I was sitting there, like we were playing cards, and they were talking about having engine trouble or whatever, plane trouble, and we were so involved in the poker game, we weren't really paying attention. And Billy come back and asked if one of us would change seats with him, and we all said, "Man, Billy, we're into this poker game." And then about, I don't know how much longer, just a couple minutes later, Ronnie come back and stood at the last row of seats where Ron Eckerman and Steve Lawler was, and turned around and looked right down at me. I mean, I'll never forget that. He looked right down at me, and I thought he was going to ask me to change seats with him, which I'd have done, but he just looked down at me and then just walked to the front of the plane. But
was that after that you guys knew you were going to crash, or before?
Oh yeah, that was after. When we were having engine trouble. We were having engine trouble at that point. Yeah, and we were still playing. We played cards right up until that engine quit. And it wasn't long after. It wasn't 3 minutes till we crashed. After we quit playing cards, it wasn't 2 or 3 minutes till we.
That must be why you could find these poker chips laying all over the place.
We were low. We weren't high. We were right. we were only maybe 300 feet above the. Well, I remember looking out and seeing that pipeline, and I thought we were going to land in that pipeline. That's why I said I was making jokes. I goes, God, we're going to land in this pipeline, and how are they going to? How are we going to get? We didn't have cell phones or nothing back then. I'm quite. We couldn't just get on a cell phone and call taxis,
You were in some kind of a netherland thinking that.
Yeah, I'm going, how in the hell are we going to get taxi cabs out here to pick us up in this damn pipeline?
You had no clue that you were going to crash. You thought you were watching too many movies, man, where you just...
I thought we were going to belly slide it into that pipeline. I'm going, man, this will be like Mr. Toad's Wild Ride, I said, when we might knock the wings off of it, but there ain't no fuel in it, so we're just gonna belly slide it on in here, and then we have to get taxis. And Ron Eckerman said the same thing. He was going, how in the hell are we gonna get? We had no idea we were gonna crash. And then that damn Highway 55 is right there. I don't know why he didn't go over and try to land it on the highway. It's right there. I didn't realize how close to Highway 55 was until I got down there. Shit, that it's right beside the damn highway.
Yeah, it's hard to say, man, but that's why we, got to get Bill Sykes on here, get his
He's supposed to call you. I'll give him a ring here.
Yeah.
He said after the holidays, I'll give him a ring and see what's
He's
up.
another guy that's got a different story, and he was in the cockpit. He saw where the fuel tank switch was, and so, yeah, we got Bill Sykes coming on here to talk about that coming up, so you guys stay tuned.
Yeah, he saw him adjusting the fuel and everything, and he knew what they were doing,
All righty, back to the comments. Anthony Witten talking about the fishing trip says, come to PCB, Florida. I'll put you on the big bass. I do not know where PCB, Florida is, man. I've been trying to, it's probably something easy, but I don't know what PCB is, man. Do you know what PCB is, Craig? It's probably something
I don't know.
easy.
Pacific Coast Beach? I don't know.
I don't know, man. People do that. People do that, thinking that you know what it is. I don't know what that is, man. That's like me saying, come to WHF. That could be anything, man. Winter Haven, Florida. That could be anything,
Oh, God.
But I don't know, man. Paul Vale wants to know, when new albums and songs came out, how did they decide the name of the song or the album?
It's funny how a song title seems to be there even before the song is written sometimes.
It's usually part of the song.
Yeah. Gary would write a melody and he'd say, this is the name of the song, and it would just be a melody, and he didn't even have any words,
Yeah,
usually he'd say, this is the name of this song, and it was just a guitar melody. It didn't have any words at all.
But you had to write words to it.
You'd write words around that the title that he came up with, or you'd try to, or I don't know. I'm not a songwriter.
Well, supposedly he's got 20 new songs that he wrote, or something. Was it 20? How many songs is it that they say?
30. I thought they
30. Yeah, and Craig said Gary didn't write he wrote.
He didn't write words.
Melodies.
He wrote melodies.
Yeah,
and riffs. He didn't write words.
Yeah, so how could, Johnny and, Ricky be all, we got 30 new songs, from Gary's stash. Well, Gary didn't write lyrics.
Gary he wrote all kind of riffs and melodies, and I was with him when he was with, he brought Travis Tritt down there, and I was with Gary and Travis Tritt. And they were trying to write songs, and that was Travis's gig, to write words around Gary's melodies. And then Tom Kiefer came down, and the same thing. And yeah, Gary was looking for somebody to write words to those melodies. And probably a bunch of them songs were the same ones that he had Travis and Tom Kiefer come down there and try to write to. Probably a bunch of them are.
You mean like some of Travis Tritt's hits? Could be
No, no. Gary, a lot of the melodies that Gary had for Travis Tritt
you're
and
saying
Tom
that he's got
Kiefer,
now.
they
Gotcha.
didn't write anything to him. I think the only thing that him and Travis came up with was I don't remember. They came up with something. I don't remember what it
Maybe
was.
that's what you're saying is that's part of the group of songs that
Yeah,
Gary's got.
the songs those songs are probably in that group that Gary was trying to get Travis and Tom Kiefer to write words to.
And then
Yeah, a bunch of them.
Paul Vale says the song I Never Dreamed. Who was playing the guitar solo and who was singing the background? It sounds like a male singing in the background.
I
That's
never
Ed
dreamed
King.
that was Alan at the end, man. That's a
Was
killer.
that Alan? Yeah, that was Alan.
At
Yeah.
the
I thought it
end,
was Ed.
that's a killer guitar thing at the end of I Never Dreamed. Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't know about backup vocals. If it sounds like a male, I'll have to go back and listen to that. But probably KG will look that up and put it in the comments there and write an essay about it.
I don't
Did
know. It should be in the song credits if somebody was singing backgrounds to it. It should be in the album somewhere where somebody sang on
Yeah, you'd
backup.
think it should be on the album.
You
You
know,
could probably look that up on the internet. I'm sure on Wikipedia
should
would
it should
tell it.
be on it should be on there for backup vocals.
Yeah. Then Nathan Smith asked, "Did Leon play with a pick or with his fingers?"
He'd pick. Yeah, he used to pick.
Well, yeah, you could probably go look at the old footage and see he's playing with it. I'm sure sometimes he probably used his fingers on some things, maybe.
He used a shitload of pledge. That lemon pledge, he would soak that neck in pledge.
Oh, he liked it to slide, huh?
Oh man, he would soak it. You go over there where he was standing and on the stage left, man. You had to really watch it over there. It was slicker than shit on a doorknob, man.
Oh, because he used pledge, huh?
He would go and he would hit the floor, man. It was slick over there.
Wow.
Yeah,
Lemon pledge at that.
lemon pledge. He would soak that neck in lemon.
See, that's a
And
Stone
it
Roadie
would
exclusive.
hit, like, it drip down on the floor, man. It was slick, yeah.
Yeah, okay. See, you pick up a little thing like that every now and then. Who would have known? That's a little secret that Leon used lemon pledge, sprayed his bass
Yeah.
neck.
Seems
Okay.
like that would deaden the strings. It would fill the grooves up with that shit, and it would deaden because just seems
Well,
logical.
the first time you plucked it, it would come out of there, I'm sure. But he probably just did it to make that neck slick.
Oh yeah, yeah. And he had to play it up like this because he couldn't hold his arm down like that because he had limited, and so he
Yeah.
had to hold his hand up like that.
But he did do a workaround on that, and we're glad. Um, so there you go, Nathan Smith, and a little something that you didn't know.
He
That
used Dean Markley round wound.
okay,
That's the strings he used. Dean Markley round ground wound.
round ground wound. Sound like the hamburger.
Round ground wound.
Um. And then Mark Regan was talking about our song that we play in the beginning. He says he likes it, the full song in the beginning, and if people don't like it, they can just fast forward through it. And then there were some other people on there said, "Hell no, don't do that."
One guy said it don't have nothing to do with Southern rock. Get rid of that damn song or something like that.
Yeah, yeah.
I
Well,
like it.
and if somebody wrote a song that said "Two Great Men," you got to keep it, man. You know? Yeah, you know, so this, two great men. How can you get rid of that? You know,
I'm sure Shelby and Kathy Godzi like it. I mean, how often do you get your name put in a song?
Yeah.
I'm sure they love it. I got my name in a song.
Then here's
Who you think you are? I got my name in a song. That's who I am.
Yeah, well, it's not like it's what's your name, little girl, or anything. But
it could be. People say that's a hit. We just need to get it out there.
It's the best you can do lately, right, Craig?
I've had people tell me that's a hit, man. You'll probably put that on the radio.
Yeah, just got to get those guys to learn that AI song, man. You know, that maybe they're working on it. They got to get everything just right before they can perform it, because if it's AI, they want to be able to sound.
Well, they wrote the words for sure. There's no doubt about that.
Well, with the AI program, you have to have the lyrics. You can't just, I guess you could put in some key words and it'll write something for you, but.
Oh, it's too specific the way they're laid out. It's just way too specific to be random.
Here's a controversial one that I'm going to hear your reaction to, Craig. Keith Guth. Ronnie roomed with Dean. Why would Ronnie room with a bisexual? Things going on you don't know.
Oh God. Dean was like Ronnie's what do they call it?
Handler?
If Ronnie needed something, he would send Dean after it. Instead of having to go out in the hall to get ice or whatever, he'd just send Dean after it. He was like Ronnie's valet, you know. He just did everything for Ronnie. Dean bought all their show clothes, and he did all their luggage. Dean did everything for Ronnie.
Yeah, and Donald,
he was like their valet.
Keith is saying
me and Dean were like best friends, but he never tried no shit with me.
Well, Keith is saying that maybe he did a little bit more for Ronnie than what you think he did. So
I don't know. I don't know.
We don't know, Keith. Man, it's a rumor, but
no,
who knows?
I don't know.
Craig probably knows. He just ain't gonna say.
Well, I think that's kind of why Sally was teed off about the whole thing, because it was a rumor.
Yeah, maybe that's what she's talking about. I
kind of suspect that's what it is.
I didn't read anything in Ron Eckerman's book about that.
No, I didn't either.
So
I don't know. It was the thing about the money.
I think that's what
Reg said. Don't trust Dean with no money.
But he didn't mean it like he was stealing it. He meant it. He just couldn't keep track of it.
I got to write down, and I talked to Ronnie today. Ronnie, my buddy Ronnie Crusoe, the one that's jail. He was like really, really, really good friends. He was better friends with Dean than I was, and I need to ask him about if he knew about Dean and Sally, because I wasn't aware of.
Yeah, next time you get him on,
I keep forgetting.
Set me up with a prison visit, man.
Huh?
Set me up with a prison visit. I'll go visit old Ronnie and do a little interview with him, man.
Oh, yeah.
Would he do it?
Yeah, I'm sure he would. Yeah, I'm sure he'd love to.
Find out how much time I got and can I record it? And we'll just do a little.
Yeah, I'm going to have to write that down. Yeah, he's up in Lottie. He's in Lottie. That's where he calls me from, Lottie, Florida.
Yeah, I'll go visit him, and I'll bake a cake and put a file in it for him.
That's where he's at. He's in the Lottie Correctional Institute. It's not a bad place. There's worse.
Yeah. Okay. Then Donald Johnson. Now,
Donald.
Donald knows better than this, man. He goes, Why did Alan Walden replace Larry Junstrom? And then KG jumped on his shit and goes, "Man, Alan Walden wasn't a bass player. He was a manager." So yeah, you got old KG will jump on you now. If you got something wrong, he'll straighten that out on your ass now. Old KG, he's
Donna and Laura come here. They've been here 2 or 3 times. Donald and Laura have, yeah.
yeah.
His
Yeah.
wife
So
and-
Alan Walden wasn't a bass player, man. I don't know
No.
where he read that from, but that's okay, man. I'm a Lynyrd Skynyrd dummy like you and me. I get everything wrong.
Donald has been confused on a couple of things that I've straightened him out on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then Danny Podesta says the fishing video and Gene with the MMA Tran Vingora story was a good story, and he said Ronnie would be proud of Gene. And yeah, old Gene getting attacked by the Trende, what do they call that? Trende Vingora? Vingora? I forget the name of it.
Hell, I don't know.
It's a it's a Latin gang, man, and they attacked Gene. I guess they're the same ones that ripped my roof off at 5:30 in the morning, man. Those guys. and then I got my gun out, and that's the only way I got them off the roof. And they got down, and they were like, like tough shit, man. We're not putting that roof back on. That's just too bad. We picked the wrong house, and you're just a victim now. And so I said, man, I think they kind of got me over a barrel here. So I invited them in the house and gave them coffee and started kissing their ass like really hard, and I was like, hey, man, can you kind of get that roof back on there, And they were like, yeah, we can put it back on. They had me, man.
Oh,
Those
God.
guys, they had me, man. They freaking ripped my roof off, and the cop said, ain't nothing I can do about it. He said, it just ain't nothing that he can do about it. He goes, it's not a criminal. They didn't mean it's what, you just have to take him to court. And he goes, good luck with that. And I was like, whoa. So I started like kissing some Trende Vingora ass to get him to put my roof back on, man, because and they did it, and so I wanted to tip them. By the time they left, I mean, you get your roof ripped off, your roof ripped off, and then you got to tip them to put it back on.
That happens to more than roofs. I've seen guys that owned a company go out to a house and the thing wasn't there, and they look up the road and they was up the road tearing somebody's porch off or something.
Oh yeah, man.
Man, you're at the wrong freaking house.
Yeah.
What the hell are you guys doing?
Yeah, that happened to me about a year ago, man. That was I still have post-traumatic stress from it, to be honest with you. Because a roof, we're talking 20 grand for a roof.
Oh, God, yeah, man.
We're not playing around here. This is 20 grand. And you don't, like with that, they
especially if there's layers, if there's a couple layers on there and they've ripped those layers off.
They did. They ripped the entire peak of my roof off, man, and it was bare wood, and they were, sitting there, no speaking no English. And
well, was it just one layer, or was there
down
more?
To the freaking wood?
I mean,
man.
there's more. When they put a new roof on, they just go on and put one on the top of a layer.
No, they took it down. They were serious, man. But they fixed every bit of it back the way it was. It didn't take them long either. That's why I was like really kissing some damn ass.
They had to go get shingles that matched, didn't they?
Yeah, and that's what I was worried about, because now you can't tell it at all. So it's back just the way it was. I'm all right, When
are you going to sell that house?
Well, I'm working on that, Craig. I'm working on it, man. It's it's hard when you got on the road with Griff Martin and fishing trips and then podcasts, and I got a personal life too, but I'm getting ready to put it up for sale. I don't know where I'm going to go next though.
This will be your last move, huh?
Yeah, I'm thinking, and then before I go into the assisted living. Oh, let me see here. Oh, Tammy Janice says she gets emotional when she sees me spending time with Gene. It makes a tear draw in her eye. Why is that, Tammy? You think, I mean, what you see is not like a guy out there, helping out his elderly friend or Gene's a pain in the ass, man. That guy's a freaking pain in the ass. He's a good dude, but I tell you what, man, he'll get your ass beat. You go to a restaurant with him, he'll start smarting off at these biker guys and they'll be like giving you the stink eye and he'll just start raising hell with people and he'll walk off. Ask Jimmy, man. Jimmy one time almost got his ass beat because Gene said something.
I was just going to mention Jimmy.
They were at some biker thing and these guys had kilts on. And then, they were big bikers, Scottish biker dudes, and they go walking in there and Gene goes, just my luck going to a damn gay biker bar with a bunch of women in dresses. And then Jimmy's like looking around and they're all staring at Jimmy like, boy, who's this guy you're with? Jimmy said that's where that song, Ronnie came up with that song because of being around Gene. Give me 3 steps because Gene will get your ass in trouble. That's why Ronnie came up with that song because Gene will get your ass beat up. So Ronnie came up, well, hey man, give me 3 steps. My friend's name's Gene. So there you go. That's the story on that. It's not a tear in the eye situation there, Tammy, because Gene, he's a good guy though. He is. He's like my uncle. He is. He's a good dude, and we have fun. We do have fun. He's a nut. He's a character. Patricia Lynn says, since you showed the set list, what's the roommate list look like?
Oh God, I don't have that right handy with
Was
me.
there one? Was there a room list?
Oh yeah, I have one. Yeah,
Can you get one? Yeah.
I have it. I don't have it. It's in
There you
book
go,
stuff.
Patricia. Yeah. Well, let's
Oh yeah, I
write
have
that
that
down, Craig.
I'll
Write
have
that down.
Yeah.
Craig will
It's got-
jump. Craig will jump right on that, Patricia. He'll have that.
Oh, I
next
know. Yeah,
podcast.
I definitely. Yeah, that's me and Joe Barnes were in a room together, and yeah, it says Ronnie and it says Van Zant Kilpatrick and Collins Rossington yeah, Gary and Allen room together, and Dean and Ronnie and
Who made that decision?
I don't know.
Did anybody ever argue about it?
Bob and Billy room together, and Leon and Ed I think roomed together. I don't remember. I have the list. Yeah, I have the list.
Okay. Well, thanks, Patricia, for that. You might get an answer to that next time. I'll put a little stickler beside that, and we'll revisit that one.
Yeah, I have 4 big books out there full of stuff. It's in one of those books. I'd have to go through them all to find it.
Jeff says, good old Kung Fu Gene. And Jeff also says, which is something I wanted to talk about here before. This is the last comment. And Jeff says, part that Alan Collins car out, Craig, and quit screwing around with it. Well, I don't think that's a good idea at all, man. I think that car. Now, I talked to Ronald Harlow, who lives, I think, 4 hours south of you, Craig. And he said that as soon as he gets a kitchen pass from his wife and the weather clears up, which he's thinking March, what he'll do is he'll come up there and he'll get the car open he'll put air in the tires. He'll jack it up off the ground and get it on some blocks, and then do a walk around. And so we can let John Nottingham know what he's going to be dealing with when he gets there, because John Nottingham has a service truck. So once Ronald does a walk around, get that thing all prepped and ready for John Nottingham, then he'll come back and help John. And so those guys pretty much, I think, got a plan for that, Craig, and when it warms up.
Yeah, if I was trying to get the door, if I can get the door open, I got the keys, I got the door open, I can put a battery in it, and I can, hook a tractor up to it and drag it out of where it's at. And
well, we kind of want to leave it.
Open.
We got to get all this on video of Ron coming up, opening the door. It's all got to be documented, man. This is a story now, he's got to get. So I'll come up there and or either you can videotape what he's doing. And then whenever they come back with John, I'll come up there and videotape them getting it running.
Yeah, I can videotape them. It out of there.
Yeah, Ronald can get it jacked up, put it on some blocks, get the airs in the tires and check the brakes and do a look at the engines, maybe put a battery in it and everything, get it ready for, and of course, he ain't going to pay for parts or anything, but he said he'll come up there for free and work on it. And I believe John is going to, donate his time as well. So more to come when it starts warming up. I think we can just make maybe a 2-part video out of that. So that's something to look forward to. All right, Craig, that's the end of the comments and the questions, and this is another Monday morning Stone Roadie show conclusion.
All right. Oh, God. Oh. All right. It's another edition of the Stone Roadie Show podcast. What was this? 346. God, ain't that amazing? 346 of these things. So anyways, so here we go. And like the song says, he might sing happy trails to you at the end. So happy trails to you until we meet again, and see you later, alligator, at the wild crocodile. And we'll just call that a wrap, and we're out of here. Cut.
Once it's all done, he may sing happy trails.